A sequence of events have taken place that, as a resident of the sovereign country of Canada, I must admit I find a bit concerning. You've probably heard by now that Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that Trump's, quote, dumb tariffs are actually a bid to try to facilitate the U.S. annexation of Canada by weakening our economy. Yeah, he actually said that. Take a listen.
We actually have to fold back on the one thing he has said repeatedly, that what he wants is to see a total collapse of the Canadian economy, because that'll make it easier to annex us, is the second half of his thought. Now, first of all, that's never going to happen. We will never be the 51st state. But yeah, he can do damage to the Canadian economy, and he's started this morning. But he is rapidly going to find out, as American families are going to find out, that that's going to hurt people on both sides of the border.
But as if that weren't unsettling enough, Trudeau actually had a call with Trump today to try to deal with this tariff threat. And after that call, Trump took to Truth Social and tried to imply that our democratically elected prime minister is guilty of a power grab. Trust me, the hypocrisy of a president who had a heavy hand in the events of January 6th trying to accuse Justin Trudeau of a power grab is not lost on me. Specifically, Trump said Trudeau was, quote, unable to tell me when the Canadian election is taking place, which made me curious, like, what's going on here? I then realized he is trying to use this issue to stay in power. Good luck, Justin. This statement is ridiculous in so many ways, not the least of which being that Trudeau already announced his plans to resign. He's stepping down as Liberal leader as soon as another is chosen. And that vote is happening on March 9th. But also, the only reason why he can't give the date of our election is because of our democratic process. We have to hold our election by October 20th, 2025. But that doesn't mean that the election has to be held on that day. In fact, it's very likely that it's going to be held sooner, because Mark Carney, who's currently the frontrunner in the Liberal leadership race, has heavily implied he intends to send us to the polls as soon as he wins the leadership. The NDP and the Conservatives have also both promised to bring down the government at the next opportunity, so as soon as Parliament returns from prorogation. All that to say, there is a very good reason why we can't name the actual date of the next election, but that doesn't mean that there's a power grab going on or anything suspicious. If anything, this is the democratic process working as it should. But I've noticed that Trump has this habit of accusing countries of having undemocratic leadership when he's trying to screw them over. He called Zelensky a dictator without elections before ambushing him in the Oval Office and ultimately pausing military aid to Ukraine. And now he's using a similar tactic, accusing Trudeau of a power grab as he hits us with completely unjust and ridiculous tariffs, which, for the record, are going to hurt Americans even more than they're going to hurt us here in Canada, and they're gonna hurt us here. So yeah, as if it weren't enough that Trump is attacking our country with the likes of tariffs, he's now trying to undermine our trust in our democratic institutions. So it's more important now than ever, which is why I'm making this video, even though I'm losing my voice and still have a fever, to understand just how robust and strong the Canadian democratic institutions are. We have to reject false framings from power-hungry losers at every turn. Because honestly, if Trump wants to worry about the state of democracy in a country, he should really be worried about his own. But I have a feeling that US democracy is not the thing he's most focused on preserving. What do you think of all this?